Did you know that Jesus had lots of BFFs? Jesus' BFFs are known as the apostles. They traveled all over the Holy Land, and one of the disciples went as far as India.
So
they traveled far and wide. They traveled to spread the good word. They traveled to spread the good word of Jesus. They believed so much in Jesus that they laid down their life.
He was killed because of his teachings of Jesus and was crucified upside down. Jesus gave him the keys to the kingdom of heaven and told him to lead his people with love.
James the Greater was the brother of John and was one of Jesus' best friends. James traveled to many far places and carried shells to use for drinking water. He was the first of the apostles to die for and because of his love and faith in Jesus.
John, called the Divine, was brother of James. He was a true friend to Jesus, and Jesus loved him very much. Jesus even asked John to take care of his mother.
St. Andrew was Peter's brother, and he was the first disciple of Christ. He went to Greece, Ethiopia, and Scotland to teach about Jesus. His symbol is a cross like an X because he was crucified on a cross shaped like an X.
Matthew used to be a tax collector. His symbol is 3 money bags. In those days, the tax collector wasn't very popular. He left his job to follow Jesus. Simon the Zealot showed tremendous zeal for the Jewish law and wanted to fight the Romans. His symbol is a fish on a book, referring to his fishing through people through the gospel. He learned through Jesus that love was stronger than hate, and he became known as the disciple who changed his mind. Simon was a successful fisherman who was martyred for his beliefs. Thomas had to see that Jesus rose from the dead. His symbol is a carpenter's square and a gold spear. His square refers to him building the church in India. The spear is because he was martyred. Thomas asked Jesus, "How do we know the way?" Jesus answered, "I am the way."
James the Lesser was a nickname given to this apostle because of his size. James was courageous and was called the first bishop of Jerusalem. James was killed publicly in Jerusalem because he refused to speak out against his belief in Christ.
Philip was a fisherman, but his name means lover of horses. His symbol is a cross and 2 loaves of bread. The loaves of bread symbolize his question when Jesus fed the multitudes. His question was, "How are we to buy bread so that these people may eat?" Philip was very curious and asked Jesus a lot of questions. Philip asked Jesus to show him the Father, and Jesus told him, "He who has seen me has seen the Father."
Jude, also known as Thaddeus, was not well known.
He did a very good job at his work for Jesus.
The symbol of Jude is a sailboat with a mast in the shape of a cross, representing his missionary journeys.
He served Jesus quietly, but did not make a name for himself. Judas is the well-known betrayer of Christ. His symbol is a blank shield. Matthias was a follower of Jesus, and he was with the disciples after he was crucified. The axe is a symbol of the instrument of his martyrdom.
Bartholomew was one of Jesus' friends. His symbol is 3 knives because he was martyred for his beliefs and flayed alive. He was a foreign missionary who told stories about Jesus. People believed his stories because he was extremely convincing.
We looked at the lives of the apostles. They were all men. So we wondered, did Jesus' inner circle include women? We researched the lives of Tabitha, Mary Magdalene, among others. We concluded that the women in Jesus' life were just as important as the men.